Eyewitness Weather Forecast.
Hey, good evening to you. As expected, temperatures took a nosedive this afternoon once the cold front moved through. Still clouds out there, but there's rapid clearing to the north and west, so wouldn't be surprised if we get some sun out before sunset. So we'll talk about what's ahead. I think you're going to like it. So cool now, 51 degrees. As we go through the overnight hours, winds will ease a little bit. I don't think they drop off completely, but some areas could have some patchy frost by the time we wake up tomorrow morning. So we lost the great Tina Turner today, sadly, but the music always lives on, and I'm going to do that right now in my forecast. So some great weather for rolling on the river like Proud Mary. It's simply the best for Memorial Day weekend. And what you get is what you see the next 7 days. R.I.P. to Tina Turner. She rocked. All right, so tonight, clear and chilly, some patchy frost, lows dropping into the mid-30s. And then through the day tomorrow, a lot of bright sunshine, fresh and cool air. Temperatures only in the low 60s, though, but just you wait. There is a big-time warm-up in our future. All right, so in the here and now, we still have those leftover clouds, the cold front slicing through central New York earlier with a round of some light rain. Now we're noticing some rapid clearing to the north and west and the cooler air seeping south here, so 51 now. But look at down towards State College, 77, near Philly, up near 80 still. So that's the front, and some cooler polar air building in as we go through the overnight. So notice the band of thicker clouds here where you see the lack of any clouds to the north and west. That is what's in our future. So I think with time, we'll get this clearing in here probably before sunset. So actually should see the sky clear out. And then we're just going to run Futurecast out here because there's not much going on. A lot of bright sun, fresh and cool. Thursday, low 60s. Maybe a little bit of patchy frost again tomorrow night, and then into Friday, more sunshine. Temperatures not quite as cool by the afternoon. So here's the risk for some patchy frost tonight. Notice where you see these blues, that is where temperatures could be down around 32. And then again tomorrow night, while it won't be as widespread, there is still the risk for some patchy frost here across central New York into tomorrow night. New information for the weekend. I'm sure as I can be, like Tom Petty saying, don't come around here no more. This low will stay to the south. High pressure will keep us protected. And it's looking really, really good, really strong as we go into the Memorial Day weekend. Have a look at this 7-day forecast. So a little frost tomorrow in the morning, then sunny, 63. Again, Friday morning, some patchy frost, 67. Amazing, awesome over the weekend. Low 80s by Sunday, Memorial Day, 82. Very warm and feeling more summery by mid-next week with highs solidly in the mid-80s.
Hard to beat that forecast. Thanks, Craig.
Unbelievable.
Let's take a look at what's coming.
Your Eyewitness Weather Forecast.
Hey, good evening to you, Central New York. I'm meteorologist Craig Flint. Downtown tonight, the sky clearing out. Still a few clouds kind of drifted through right now, but in general, we're going to average out generally clear. Now, temperatures are going to drop down into like the mid-30s, so that's kind of borderline for frost. I mean, technically speaking, you could still get frost at 35. But it's more like the rural areas where the wind can really drop and the coldest air can settle down to the lowest part of the planet. So we're seeing numbers fall into the 40s now here in Utica, 49 in Syracuse, mid-40s in Binghamton, 49 in Albany, mid-Nichols in Boston, and in the mid-50s to the west and southwest, Columbus, Ohio, right now at 62. So here's a look at satellite and Doppler radar loops combined. There's the front that moved through today. Now kind of lashing parts of down east Maine with some wet weather there and moving away. So the front shifting south, Now we're noticing the clear sky build in through the overnight. Again, still a few patchy clouds left over, but those will give way to a good deal of clear sky tonight. And again, temperatures will drop into the mid-30s, I think, by morning. So you'll see that here on Futurecast. We'll click the hours away through the overnight. Mainly clear sky here across the Mohawk Valley. That should mean a lot of bright sun through the day tomorrow. It's cool tomorrow. Temperatures low 60s with a wind out of the north and west in the afternoon. So it will be a bit breezy, we think. Not quite as cool as we go into Friday. Let's fast forward and talk about the Memorial Day weekend. So, you know, going back to yesterday, I'd say my confidence level was like 75%, and it was even less on Monday. But now I'm a solid 95% that we're going to be dry as high pressure builds across the northeast here. So that bodes well for us this weekend. That area low pressure will stay south. Just like Tom Petty said, don't come around here no more, as that high kind of lays itself over top of us here. Man, I got a little bald spot right there. Huh. Who knew? Anyway, I never see the back of my head. So we're talking the 30th through June 3rd. Look at the warmth extending here across the northern tier of the United States. So I think as we go into June, temperatures are going to turn pretty toasty. You'll see that in the 7-day forecast here. So there's your day tomorrow. Temperatures are in the low 60s. Nice, cool, fresh air with a breeze out of the north and west. Light wind right now with a clear sky and 43 degrees. 7-day forecast looks like this. So a little frost for some rural areas tomorrow morning and probably again Friday morning with temperatures in the low and mid 60s. Amazing, awesome weather over the weekend, 75. Like I said, I'm pretty sure, as sure as I can be, we're going to be dry right into Memorial Day. And there's the warm-up as temperatures ascend into the mid-80s. And, Jamie, that might be conservative next week. So we're definitely turning up the dial in terms of the temperature and the humidity as well.
Well, that part we could do without.
Well, you know, it is the unofficial start of summer.
Yeah, that comes hand in hand, I suppose. All right. Well, thanks, Craig. When we come back, sectional playoffs.
Eyewitness Weather Forecast.
Hey, good evening to you. It is a nice, fresh, cool night out there, and I think as we go into tomorrow, nice day, but it will be cooler. Temperatures are only like in the low to mid 60s for the high temperature tomorrow. And then as we get into tomorrow morning out the door at the bus stop, it's crisp, it's cool, and a temperature in the mid-30s. So that means there could be some patchy areas of frost in the rural countryside. Right now, we've got a clear sky out there, and temperatures that are hanging right around 40-ish. Wind is soft. And I think as we go through the overnight, we'll end up landing in the mid-30s. And again, some patchy frost, some of those rural kind of nook and cranny valleys. Who wants an English muffin now? Anyway, tomorrow, beautiful day. Bright sunshine, awash in the sky, and cool and fresh 63 degrees. So let's talk about where the temperatures are now. And as expected, they really dropped today, especially in the afternoon. We had that cold front go through. You can still kind of make out where it is. So down towards Connecticut, 58, 54 right now. Boston, State College, we are at 53, but you contrast that to a 41 here. 49 Syracuse, Binghamton is at 46. Futurecast, look at this as we go through the overnight and into the day tomorrow. A lot of sunshine. North wind will keep it kind of cool, so low 60s at best, and more bright sunshine expected through the day on Friday, not quite as cool. Getting into the afternoon, highs will be into the mid-60s. Also, the risk for frost tonight. So anywhere you see this blue shade, that's temperatures right around kind of flirting with 32, which would be the frost point. So you can see some of those cooler nook and cranny valleys to the south, and then also up into the Adirondacks have that risk tonight. And again, tomorrow night, Now, it's not as widespread tomorrow night, but there's still the risk of some patchy frost going into Friday morning. Let's talk about the Memorial Day weekend. And Tom Petty saying, don't come around here no more. That area low pressure will stay to the south because of this sprawling area of high pressure over the Great Lakes. That is going to win the battle here. And we're going to warm up as we go into Memorial Day and into next week. So that guy, not a problem. All right, let's talk about ahead, though, going into June. And the warmth surges north here. So look at the northern tier. Temperatures are well above average going into the month of June. I'm thinking temperatures solidly into the 80s, maybe even upper 80s going into next week. You want to see it? Yeah? All right, here you go. So, we'll talk about the holiday weekend first. There it is. Mid-70s, awesome weather Saturday, low 80s as we go into Sunday and Memorial Day. And there's the warm-up by next week. And after today's rain, which was like Maxwell House, good to the last drop, we'll take it because there is no rain in the forecast here as we go through the next 7 days. Mid-80s by next week, maybe even warmer. We'll see. Still, 5, 6, 7 days away, so I might have to adjust those numbers up. We'll see.
Wouldn't complain about that. Maybe a little muggy, but...
Yeah, the mugginess, that's probably going to be in tow, and then everyone's going to be like, ugh.
Then we'll be wishing it was cooler.
Right, exactly.
You never get it just right,
That's
can we?
how it goes. No.
All right, well, thanks, Craig. We will be right back. We're going to tell you about Mohawk Valley Gives next after this break.